The defending national champion Boston College Eagles are currently ranked second in the nation, and they hold a 7-1 record here at Conte Forum. That's where they'll match up with the Terriers in the second game of their home-and-home series on Saturday night. So the Agganis Arena jinx continues here today for the Boston University Terriers as they fall to Marshall by the final of 84-80. Now, in response to the unsettled wages and unpaid bonuses, Tweeters requested that $900,000 be placed in a fund to compensate their former employees. Now, badminton is usually a sport that's played in backyards and on beaches, but don't be fooled. This shuttlecock can travel at speeds of up to 220 kilometers per hour.
I will now introduce to you the tiny little stick we call Muffy Winter.
My name is Christina Sartori. I am the general manager of the Boston League of Women Wrestlers, and I wrestle as Muffy Winters.
Okay.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Blow!
Blow is a ragtag group of femme fatales who get drunk and wrestle with each other. It's not like anything you've ever seen. Like, I know there's a lot of bands that play and it's hard to get people to come out, but it's like you just say, I'm a woman wrestler, people are like, I'm there.
You're just putting your hand on their stomach, or are they just contracting before you?
Practice, we warm up a little bit, do some stretches, and then usually if we have a match already written, we practice with our partner, or we learn some new moves, like we watch a lot of like stuff on YouTube and, you know, hey, that looked really cool in this movie, let's do that. I've always described it as like a female fight club. We understand each other, we just, you know, get drunk and talk about, you know, music and wrestling and all this other stuff, and, you know, if we punch each other in the face, it's like we hug each other afterwards.
Definitely the girls. It's a, you know, such a great social group, and you know, most of us have, you know, we're the kind of girls where it's like, oh, I never really was into dolls, never really had too many, like, let's have a slumber party girlfriends, and so it's nice to get a whole bunch of really cool girls who are like, hey, we're gonna go to like hot pants night at the roller rink.
But you're meeting once a week, you have to practice offhand, you know, on your own time. People don't want to get hurt necessarily. It is dangerous, so people bow out because of that. I work as a waitress on Boston Street, so on an Irish bar. You know, I wake up around between 10 and 12, roll out of bed, eat some breakfast/lunch, might watch some TV, might run some errands, play with the cats, and then I go to work I leave here around 4, I go to work. Oh, you got me, what are you going to do?
You know, we are funny. You know, this is real. We're hitting each other and everything. It's not mud wrestling. It's not KY jelly wrestling. It's real, humorous wrestling, and it's funny because, you know, we come up with all these characters and everything. It's not sexy first.
Well, apparently we haven't disqualified. Oh, wait a second! It's another qualifying. Down goes Muffy Winters, the retarded ref, and they stop.
They might expect Jello wrestling, and then they end up getting something so much better and so much more fun, and they laugh and they have a good time, and they say, well, that move is really cool too. So I definitely like exceeding expectations with this. That's my main goal.
Calamity Payne defeats the one-time undefeated champion of the, get out of my face, you smell, of the Boston League of Women Wrestlers. That puts her right in the championship hunt.
And they're off. Thousands of walkers gathered in Cambridge for the 16th annual Memory Walk to raise money for the Alzheimer's Association.
The atmosphere out here today is exhilarating. People are really enthusiastic about the walk.
Radio DJ Nancy Quill emceed the event, and the fight against Alzheimer's hits close to home.
Now, my dad had Alzheimer's, and he died in 2001. It's a very, very invasive disease, not only on the person who has Alzheimer's, but also on the whole family.
A steady stream of rain soaked participants, yet walkers pressed on.
So it's an emotional event. You'll see people here wearing a photo of a loved one. It could be a grandparent. And so people, no matter what the weather, they make extra special effort to be here to support this cause.
Jim Wessler organized the walk. He says the goal is to raise awareness and money.
And really our mission is a vision of a world without Alzheimer's disease. So we're within striking distance of that, so I think people know that, and we need to get literally over the finish line to get some effective medications to really put this disease out of business.
Every 72 seconds, someone is diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Proceeds from the walk will benefit people suffering with the disease in Massachusetts. With today's event, organizers say their goal is to break a record by collecting over $2 million towards Alzheimer's research. In Cambridge, Phil DiMartino, BUTV 10.
Hello! Go Lake Union! Lake Union, go!
The Red Sox weren't the only thing Bostonians were cheering for this weekend. The 44th annual Head of the Charles Regatta took over the Charles River, with more than 8,500 athletes from all over the world descending on the Back Bay.
It's huge. It's like one of the rowing events to do as a rower. It's a lot of fun. Just the course is so challenging, and there's so many other people.
For many people racing in the Head of the Charles, the history and level of competition associated with the event make it a proving ground for their rowing ability.
I mean, just looking around at the area, you got Harvard University, Boston University, like these huge rowing schools. So, you know, especially for a high school rower, this is sort of it's an opportunity to sort of prove yourself.
63-year-old Zoanne Dudley drove from Seattle to take part in the event. She says that the 300,000 spectators make the atmosphere one of a kind.
The spirit along the water, being so close to everybody on the water and having the support. I mean, we've got people at Lake Union that are running up and down this whole course for 2 days, just yelling at people and making them feel good and giving them every bit of energy we can give them.
The Head of the Charles is the largest 2-day rowing regatta in the world. There are competitors from 18 countries and over 1,200 volunteers to help with the event. For BUTV 10, I'm Phil DiMartino. Long before John Lester, Dustin Pedroia, and the rest of the Boston Red Sox arrived at Fenway Park for Game 3 of the ALCS, more than 100 fans lined up at Gate E for the chance to purchase tickets to the sold-out game.
Well, in a couple more hours, it'll get a little more frenzy. People will start getting more excited. You'll hear the balls hitting off because they'll be doing batting practice.
Oh, it's definitely an experience, you know. Late at night, you know, a couple parties going on, you hop from people's beds back and back, and now you got everybody in the morning showing up, waiting, just trying to get tickets.
With some fans arriving more than 30 hours prior to the first pitch, they had to find ways to make the time go by.
I just met my friends here in line, so we're passing the time by playing cards, and that's as far as my plan has gone so far today.
We packed sandwiches and we went to McDonald's to pick up food real quick too. But other than that, nothing really.
But no matter what, nobody was giving up their spot in line.
No, yes, it would not happen. Yeah, I might be short and small, but there's no one getting my spot.
Monday morning, fans weren't the only ones getting an early start, as vendors around the park prepared for the playoff rush.
We're here now longer during the day. We'll be here later probably today, but it changes during the game. Yeah, playoffs definitely longer.
Even though Fenway Park technically prohibits fans from showing up more than 5 hours prior to first pitch, some fans at the front of the line have been here since 7 a.m. on Sunday morning, and they'll be here all week. Sox tickets throughout the season are sold out. For BUTV 10, I'm Phil DiMartino.